Hey there, it's Dusty once again with another story for you. This one is Am I the Astronaut for blowing up at my mother-in-law at a family dinner? Throwaway account since my husband is an active Reddit user. I, 23 female, have been married to my husband, 24 male, for 3 years. We were high school sweethearts and have been best friends since elementary school. He's still my best friend to this day. I've never had a great relationship with his mom. She's difficult to talk to, and our conversations are usually very shallow, gossiping about neighbors, complaining about the landscapers, etc. Almost a year ago, my mom passed away, which still feels surreal to write. She truly was my soulmate. I'm incredibly grateful to have had her in my life for 23 years. I miss her more than words can describe. My husband's family really stepped up during that time, supporting us financially with funeral costs and managing affairs while I was deep in grief. I'm genuinely grateful for their help. Fast forward to now, we're expecting our first baby. As excited as I am, I'm also deeply saddened that my mom won't be here to guide me through this. We've always talked about what my kids would call her. We had settled on Grams. Now to the incident. We were celebrating our pregnancy at a dinner with my in-laws, and my mother-in-law asked to make a toast. She laughed and said, "I'm so grateful to celebrate a new addition to our family. We can't wait to meet little Veronica," which is her name. She went on to talk about her own pregnancy and what I should expect, mentioning that my husband had an abnormally big head when he was born. Then she said, "I look forward to being the favorite grandma to Veronica, since of course I'll be the only grandma."
Bitch.
Only grandma's got some balls. The room went silent and I started to cry. I stood up and told her how incredibly insensitive it was to say that, and that my mom would always be a grandmother whether she's here or not. She responded by saying that I was overreacting and that it was just a joke. I told her to go to hell and left immediately. My husband later called me saying he spoke to his mom, who was in tears because she was embarrassed. She asked him to apologize on her behalf, and he told me I should have come back instead of telling her to go to hell and storming off. Red flag for you too, buddy. I'm currently staying with my sister and haven't stopped crying since. She supports me 100%, but I really want to know, am I the asshole? We do have an update, but before we get into that, yeah, you know what? I would agree with that. Mother-in-law's right here with the DFHB rejection. How, when she was thinking about what she was going to say that night, did that in her mind and stay there? And how did it make it out of her mouth? And then after she said it, how does she still stick to her guns and say, "You're just overreacting," instead of, "I'm so sorry, it was incredibly insensitive. I had diarrhea of the mouth." Like, nothing. Then sent a proxy to apologize. I don't think she's coming back from AskCon 1, DFHB rejection, Bizzo land. I just don't think it's happening. Also, for the little world that she lives on where she can say shit like this, she gets the delusion as well. Also, yeah, trying to say that because her other grandma's passed, there will be, like, she's not going to exist. She's not going to, like, OP's not going to tell her about her grandma. She's not going to show her pictures. She's not going to still make her part of her life? Huh. The whole shallow conversations thing here is really making sense, though, right? And I don't know that it's because it's a shallow person. Materialistically, I think it's a shallow person intellectually, if that makes sense. Here's the update. I posted an update in the comments not realizing I could edit this post. Sorry guys, I don't know Reddit very well. Just want to take a moment to thank you all for your support. Your comments and messages have been incredibly eye-opening. After staying with my sister for a few days, my husband came over. He said he understood why I was hurt, but felt I overreacted. Dude, shut your damn mouth. You traveled over to your pregnant wife who was mad enough to stay at someone else's house because of shit that your mom did that you supported. And now you're doubling down on it too. He asked me to apologize to my mother-in-law to keep the peace, which felt like betrayal. I had hoped he would stand up for me.
No.
And it was at that moment that Gerald chose child support over supporting his wife. That night, my mother-in-law sent a long text doubling down on her joke and saying that my grief is becoming a burden on everyone. She told me I need to seek professional help and move on since it's been almost a year. I was devastated. I showed my husband, but he got angry at me for escalating things. He said I should make peace with her for our child's sake and that he didn't want to be caught in the middle. You're not caught in the middle, you dick. You're not caught in the middle. You're on a team with your wife That team is being attacked right now. And you're defending the enemy. You're befriending the enemy. Fucking cowardly traitor is what you are. You're not caught in the middle. You're a coward and a traitor. I've decided to take some space and stay with my sister. I'm really struggling to come to terms with this. The whole situation has made me if my marriage is right for me and my baby. I need an environment where I feel respected and supported, and I don't feel that way right now. I told my husband that if he wants me back, he needs to show me that he can stand up for me. I'm putting myself and my baby first. I don't know what will happen next, but I know I deserve better than this. My sister and I are currently turning her old office into a room, prepping for Rosie's after my mom, Rosa's, arrival. I feel truly blessed to have her support. Thank you again for all your support, as it has meant more than you know. Had her dropping the 10, said, I am sorry, but can we talk about the husband? He gets asked on 3 because not only did he not put mother-in-law in her place, but also not standing up for OP. Acting like this, you will no longer have OP. And it got even worse with the update. Hubby's right with his mommy at AskCon 1. And he's clearly being manipulated because no self-respecting husband and soon-to-be father would choose this path if their brain was functioning properly. Even at 50%. There's no way that he would choose this path, even knowing the damage that it's doing, even knowing that he now has to win his wife, who is pregnant with his child, back because of damage that he's done. He has still shown no sign of pulling his head out of his ass. This could be a double delivery. You in one bed and him in the next room having his head surgically removed from his ass. Or his mom's ass. I guess that's more accurate. It's his mom's ass. How even knowing, like, I just don't know. Knowing how wrong he is and not trying to see this, not trying to self-reflect, and not trying to look at the situation and examine all the possibilities. Nothing. Mama's got him wrapped around her finger, and that sucks for him. It sucks for him bad. Like, Brozo, realize at some point that your mother has destroyed your life. It's happening right now in front of your eyes. At what point are you going to be like, oh shit, maybe she's wrong? Tater thoughts. What say you, Tater? I mean, it's easy for me to put myself in hubby's shoes here and be like, this is idiotic. Why would you do this? What do you see?
I know for absolute certainty that if something happens to my mom, like, there's no time limit. I'm never going to be the same. Like, life pre-mom passing away, post-mom, like, that's a defining moment in your life. So to say that you have, like, this timeline of you have to be better in less than a year, like, the head. There's no freaking way. Like, there is absolutely no way. I can't even wrap my brain around somebody thinking that there's some kind of timeline on grief, especially when it's your mom. Like, that is just beyond up. And two, she's AskCon 1. Mother-in-law's AskCon 1.
Oh, for sure.
150%. There's no... She stuck her foot in her mouth, doubled down, sent her son to keep the peace, which for an apology that she 100% didn't mean, because she sent her a scathing text the next day. And for her husband to not be in her corner, like, less than a year after she lost her mom, she's pregnant, and she has no one. And she turns to her sister, and thank God she has her. But
right.
But her husband, who's supposed to love her and be there for her, is like, yeah, apologize to my mom for our child's sake. What is your child? Your child doesn't need to meet this woman. This woman is terrible.
No.
This woman does not need to be or deserve to be in your child's life. She deserves to be no contact. And for her, I know that they're young. Like, what are they, 20?
Did we go into ages?
Yeah, at the beginning.
But
they're 23, 24. He's 24, and he's...
Wow.
Dude.
He's definitely still on the teat.
Remove your head from your mom's ass.
You know what? With her age in mind, though, like we always say, make the choice that you hope your child will make someday if they're in the same situation.
Right.
And she did, like, choosing herself and her baby over someone who will not protect you or even place you in any kind of priority spot at all. And that's his wife and child. Like, it's...
And he gave his mom, like, his mom is number one.
Yeah.
Like, he cares about the peace with his mom, not about the peace with his wife, not about the peace with his wife and his new baby. He cares about how his mom feels, and that's it. That is it. And for me, that tells you everything you need to know about this man.
And you know what's going to happen now is everything that they've done for her is going to be used against her. So
Right.
how they were instrumental in jumping in whenever she was grieving, and they handled a lot of family matters, like all those things are now going to be ammo. Who the fuck are you to put a timeline on grief? Who the fuck are you to judge someone's grief and to say that it's becoming a burden on anybody? Who the fuck are you to use somebody's grief against them?
Right.
Like, yeah, that's
As a reason for why you should be in their child's life, to tell them that they lost a grandparent that they're never going to meet, who I'm guaranteeing is a much better person than this woman, and to say that you don't even get a year to grieve your mom. Like, who says that to somebody? I feel like, in my opinion, OP just saying go to hell and walking out was a composed exit, because if someone said that to me after the passing of my mom, like, we done. It's over. Like, I'm not going to be composed. Like, all of the grief and anger and everything that I've got is probably going to come pouring out in that moment.
Yep.